Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss the topic organizing. Students, after going through this chapter or unit, you would be able to understand the meaning, process, and importance of organizing. Students, as you know, after having decided about the first function of management, that is planning, managers are responsible for designing an organization structure. We call this function organizing. It includes the process of determining what activities are to be conducted, how the activities are to be grouped, how responsibility and authority are to be delegated, and who reports to whom. This is the meaning of organizing. Here I want to give an example to you of organizing. For example, your school plans to conduct sports day or annual function. All the teachers and students are assigned different duties, various resources are arranged, and a coordinator is appointed whom everyone report for the work done and pending. This whole arrangement is called organizing. In simple words, you can say the process of defining and grouping the activities of an enterprise and establishing authority relationship among them. This is the meaning of organizing. So, organizing can be defined as identifying and grouping different activities in the organization and bringing together the physical, financial, and human resources to establish most productive relations for the achievement of specific goal of organization. According to G.R. Terry, organizing is the establishing of effective authority relationships among selected work persons and workplace in order for the group to work together efficiently. So we can say organizing is thus a structure and a process. There are two concepts related to organizing as a structure and organizing as a process. As a structure, organizing is treated as a structure of relationship. Under this, various posts are created and the mutual relationship of employees working on various posts, their authorities and responsibilities are defined. A relationship lays down as to who is the superior and who is the subordinate. Various posts in different departments of the organization are mostly permanent. Therefore, organization as a structure of relationship is called static element. As a structure of relationship, organization can be of two types. Firstly, formal organization and secondly, informal organization. Second concept is organizing as a process. According to the concept of organizing, it has been considered as a process. In other words, organizing is not a function that can be performed at a single stroke, but it is a chain of various functions. It includes getting information about objectives, deciding various activities and grouping them, determining important activities, following authority and responsibilities, etc. Organizing is related to human beings, and human conduct is deeply affected by the conditions of work, their competency and capabilities, changes in the internal and external environment of the organization. The process of organizing has also to be changed according these changes. Hence, organizing as a process can also be described as dynamic element. A detailed information about organizing as a process will be provided ahead in the same topic. So, this is the process of organizing. There are some steps which have to follow for a successful organization. First function or first step of organizing is identification and division of work. Second is grouping the job and departmentalization. Third is assignment of duties. And fourth is establishing reporting relationship. So we will discuss one by one the process of organizing. First is division of work. The first step of organizing is the identification and division of work. At this step, the total work is divided into various activities. For example, the various activities of a mobile phone manufacturing company can be like this: purchase of raw material, purchase of manufactured parts, production, stocking of goods, research, advertisement, sales, financial arrangement, maintenance of accounts, correspondence, and arrangement of employees, etc. This is the division of work. So, first step of organizing is identification and division of work. Second step of organizing is departmentalization. The departmentalization of activities starts once the various activities have been designed to achieve the objectives of the company. The activities of the same nature are grouped together and assigned to a particular department. It is known as grouping. For example, purchase of raw material, purchase of manufactured parts, etc., are given to the purchase department, and production, stocking the goods, research activities are given to the production department. Similarly, advertisement and sales can be given to the marketing department, and the financial arrangements, maintenance of accounts, and correspondence can be put in the charge of finance department. The grouping of activities and departmentalization has been shown in the following diagram, where the objectives of the company is to produce mobile phones. This is the example of departmentalization. First is marketing manager, second is manager production, third is manager finance, manager human resource, manager purchasing, and manager public relations. These are the departments of a organization. Next step is assignment of duties. At this stage, the responsibility of each individual or post is decided. For example, the purchase manager will be given the task of purchasing goods, the sales manager will be given the work of sale of goods, the advertising manager will be given the work of advertisement, and in the same way, the finance manager will be given the responsibility of advertisement, and in the same way the finance manager will be given the responsibility of making financial arrangements. While assigning these duties, it is important to match the nature of the work and the capabilities of the person to whom the work is given. This is the process of assignment of duties. Duties given to according to the capabilities of the persons or employees. Our next step of organizing is establishing reporting relations. This is the last step of organizing, and this is establishing authority relationship. When two or more than two persons work for the attainment of common goals, their interrelationship must be defined very clearly. Everybody should know as to who is the superior and who is the subordinate. For example, the purchase manager will be the superior for all the employees of the purchase department. They will receive orders from him and will also be responsible to him. So, this is the process of organizing. Our next topic is importance of organizing. There are so many importance of organizing. First is benefits of specialization. Second is clarity in working relationship. Third is optimum utilization of resources. Fourth, adaptation to change, effective administration, development of personnel, and expansion and growth of the employees. So we will discuss one by one. First importance is specialization. Under organizing, all the activities are subdivided into various works or jobs. For all the subworks, competent people are appointed who become experts by doing a particular job time and again. In this way, maximum work is accomplished in the minimum span of time and the organization gets the benefits of specialization. This is an example of specialization. A second importance of organizing is clarity in working relationship. Organizing clarifies the working relations among employees. It specifies who is to report to whom. Therefore, communication becomes effective. It also helps in fixing accountability. So, this is the benefit of clarity in working relationship. A third importance of organizing is optimum utilization of resources. Optimum utilization of resources मतलब full utilization of resources. If you don't know how to use them, it will never be enough. In this, there are very few chances of duplication of work or overlapping of work because the jobs are assigned to different individuals by clearly defining the job in job description document, so there are no chances that the same work is performed by two or more individuals. Next importance is adaptation to change. Organizing process makes the organization capable of adapting to any change connected with the post of the employees. This becomes possible only because of the fact that there is a clear scalar chain of authority for the managers right from the top to the lower level. Whenever a managerial post falls vacant, it is immediately filled up by the promotion. Since every subordinate is well aware of the working of his boss, there is no difficulty for his taking up the new post. So, this is the benefit of adaptation to change. Next importance is effective administration. It has generally been observed that there is always a condition of doubt about the authority of the managers among themselves. The process of organizing makes a clear mention of each and every activity of every manager and also of their extent of authority. It is also made clear as to whom shall a manager order for a particular job. Everybody also knows to whom they are accountable. In this way, the confusion about authority is put to an end. Consequently, effective administration becomes possible. Next importance of organizing is development of personnel. Under the process of organizing, delegation of authority is practiced. This is done not because of the limited capacity of any individual, but also to discover new techniques of work. It provides opportunities of taking decisions to the subordinates. By taking advantage of this situation, they try to find out the latest techniques and implement them. Consequently, it helps them to grow and develop. So, this is the benefit of development of personnel. Next importance of organizing is expansion and growth. With optimum utilization of resources and proper division of work and departmentalization, companies are easily meet the challenges and can expand their activities in a planned manner. This step is increasing the earning capacity of the enterprise, which in turn helps its development. So, the above analysis makes it clear that the process of organizing by clearly defining the post, roles, authority, and relations creates a structure with the help of which the objectives defined under planning are turned into reality. It is said that the organizing has the same importance for the management as a structure of bones in a human body. It means that organizing is a very important function of management. So these are the meaning, features, importance, and process of organizing. Thank you.